What's up, everyone? Hey, my name is Dion Johnson. I'm a local real estate agent in the area. I'm also an investor in the area, work with a lot of developers and builders in the area. So I'm familiar with Seattle. I know it like the back of my hand. I lived in a variety of different neighborhoods in the area. So let me tell you that I know Seattle like the back of my hand. I can point out the different areas to eat, just what it's like, lifestyle, history, and real estate within the city of Seattle. I'm also familiar with a lot of the different zoning changes and the higher density zoning that's happening in a lot of different neighborhoods to increase the housing in Seattle, because Seattle it's ever growing and we need more housing. And it's so the city's doing some different things to increase the housing density in the area. Before I go any further, make sure you get your coffee right. Seattle is home of the Seattle Starbucks, so make sure you get your favorite brew. I'm drinking a Costco brew right now, so let's get some coffee, get your drink, a beverage of choice, and let's dive in. So what we're gonna be doing today, better yet, I'm gonna pull up the map. We're gonna be flying at about 1,000-foot view today, and I'm gonna point out all the different little areas. Won't go over all the areas, but I'm gonna point out just some different things of the different areas in Seattle. Again, it won't be all the areas, but just some of the city, okay? So let's get in, get your coffee, let's dive in. I got you. All right, so first thing you need to know is how to get around. You probably have landed here in SeaTac. And the reason they call it, this is SeaTac International Airport. And the reason they call it SeaTac is because it's between Seattle here and Tacoma, which is further down here to the south. And so Seattle International Airport is actually pretty neat. It's a major airport. They've actually done a lot of expansion on it to increase the runways. I think they added a runway a few years ago. And it's a very busy, popular airport. So you probably have boom, touchdown, landed in Alaska Airlines. Get those air miles, y'all. And you probably landed in some rainy weather. It's pretty rainy here in Seattle. But what you can do is Seattle, I-5 runs north and south up here. Let me pull out a little bit. It runs north and south. You've also got 99. Now, let me tell you one thing about 99 is 99 has a toll. So if you want to keep that money in your pocket, I'd suggest you stay up on I-5 because that's going to be your bread and butter. So you can go on the I-5 all the way up. I-5 runs all the way up to Canada, all the way down to Cali, y'all. And then you intersect here of I-90, goes eastbound if you want to get fancy like, hey, go I-90 eastbound, goes over to Bellevue, Mercer Island, so a little bit more fancier areas. So you also have West Seattle Bridge. Let's zoom in here, get close. Yeah, West Seattle Bridge, which goes over here, westbound over here into West Seattle. And you can take this here, West Seattle Bridge, and then it dumps off into some arterial streets. Again, I-5 and 99, they kind of run parallel each other and just kind of go on all the way up through the city. Again, 99 is going to be your main thoroughfare. I-5 is going to be your main thoroughfare if you don't want to pay the toll. And it runs all the way out of the city. That's the city of Seattle boundary right there. All right, we're going to go further back to the south here, and we're going to start in the Rainier Valley, Columbia City area, which is the south end of Seattle, which it's actually the most diverse zip code in the states, 98118, meaning there are over 59 languages there spoken from immigrants that come all over the world here, 98118. It's incredible. So let me tell you, it's a very diverse area, very culture-rich area. Actually, let me tell you a story. I used to have a food bank that I ran with me and my mother for 15 years right out here, outside the city of Seattle, but we served Seattle, the city of Seattle residents, because there wasn't a lot of food banks. I think we served 3,000 people a week, Miracles Food Bank, and we shut it down after 15 years. And yeah, but let me tell you, I learned a lot at a very early age. It's about service, about working with people, serving people, and helping people that are less fortunate have the different things that they need. So let me tell you don't need to go to travel the world to get diversity. You have it right here in your 98118 backyard. As a result, the food around here is extremely good. Everything authentic. It's incredible to experience authentic food so close. A lot of areas don't have that. From countries such as China, Somalia, Vietnam, Pacific Islands, Spanish, Greek, you name it, all type of others. Seattle is known for its food, its culture, and its blend, just a blend of cultures. It's really a neat place. So this is the south end of Seattle here. Kind of another thoroughfare is Rainier Avenue South, which runs kind of north and south. You got MLK here, MLK that runs north and south. You've got Beacon Avenue South that also runs north and south out of the city. And so then it runs kind of intersects to I-5 here. You see MLK intersects into I-5, and then that, again, that's going to tie you back into I-5 and, you know, major freeway to get to where you need to be. If you're going to go to the airport, you would take I-5 to 518 and up and over. 99 runs close to the freeway as well, and then 509 here. Excuse me, 99 runs over, interconnects to I-5. 509 runs up, and then you can get off here and kind of go over to the airport. One thing that about the real estate in the city of Seattle, it's become very desirable because its location to downtown Seattle. There's a lot of older housing options. There's a lot of condensed housing. What investors and builders are starting to do is starting to do DADUs, which is detached accessory dwelling unit. And they put those in the backyard of an existing house, and then they can sell it, or they can keep it to generate extra income, or it's to generate the housing stock in the city. The DADUs usually range from 800 to 1,000 square feet. So sometimes if you can't find a house, you can find a DADU. That might be a better option for you for housing, if that so meets your needs. Hey, if you're enjoying this channel so far, make sure you drop a comment below. Hey, reach out to me, call, text, email. I'd love to help you on your journey with moving to Seattle. And let's jump back into the video. All right, so now we're gonna head to West Seattle. Again, you can get to West Seattle by West Seattle Bridge, the higher bridge. And so do you guys remember the famous rom-com movie with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks and the Sun? Do you guys remember that? Come on, y'all. Y'all remember that? When he was playing with this boy? Well, that is Alki. Alki is right here. So that beach that he was on is Alki Beach. It's famous because you're looking across the Elliott Bay here, and you have a panoramic view of the city of Seattle. And so that's the beach that he was on. It was right here. Seattle skyline is very beautiful. It's very iconic, and it's the beach by the city. So if you're living over here in West Seattle, people get married on these beaches. They have outdoor gatherings. You can canoe, you can kayak, you can paddleboard. If you want to get fancy, you can take a quick ferry. See these different ferries here? There's a ferry to go further over to another location. You also can take a ferry right here and go over to Salty's. It's a fancy little restaurant right here on the water from downtown Seattle. So if you want to, get fancy, there you go. You can go to Salty's, have an amazing dinner, family, friends, whatever, and it's beautiful. It sits right here on the water. So if you need a beach, this area in West Seattle is very close. You don't have to go very far. It's your spot. I mean, it's really nice. And also, one thing that's neat about West Seattle is you can kind of escape kind of the busyness of downtown Seattle. Kind of off the beaten path a little bit, but it's just a short drive over the West Seattle Bridge over into downtown Seattle. It's still close and to all the amenities and everything that you need. Seattle also has some great restaurants, grocery options, Metropolitan Market, PCC. In regards to real estate, West Seattle, you get a lot of different, the larger homes. As you see, the lots here are a lot bigger than any of the other areas, and also have a lot of historic charm in the area. There's some new builds, there's some condos, there's a lot of denser housing options in the area. And also because of the beach, it offers a higher walkability score. So, I mean, you can be living in these areas here and you can be having a lot of higher walkability score. So very neat. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna hop over to downtown Seattle. Downtown Seattle, Belltown, just kind of stay in this area here. There's a Seattle Aquarium, plentiful shopping and local eateries here that bring in fresh local food that's within 100 miles of the area. In these areas, some of these restaurants, they really are hyper local on making sure they source local food, which is really neat. And so they have Olympic Sculpture Park, which is a really neat park that's located right along the water in downtown Seattle. Seattle has a lot of different parks. If you're looking at living in downtown, and you're looking at wanting to still have those outdoor spaces, you have a lot of parks. You see like Cal Anderson Park here. You're gonna have a lot of parks, open spaces, green spaces that you are not gonna be missing out on a park, okay? For sure. Also, when you're in downtown Seattle, you're experiencing a lot of the history and culture, a lot of the old just buildings that are just really old. Be able to see that. It's neat to be around that, like this Mayflower Park Hotel. It's an older hotel that they remodeled and beautiful views looking out towards the mountains. You have the Seattle Arts Museum, which is really neat. I mean, you can get a lot of the different arts and just the culture again. I'm sorry, I say it over and over, but downtown Seattle, you get a lot of that. It's the hustle and bustle of the city. One thing that you do want to be cognizant of is the one-way streets, okay? As you can see, as you're driving down here, those one-way streets flop from east to west every other street. So boom, going east, boom, going west. So And if you're not familiar with that, you can find yourself being kind of confused as you're driving along this downtown core here. So be cognizant of that when you're driving, because you don't want to be going down a downtown street and you got vehicles coming at you. I've been there, done that, even though I've lived there all my life. Let's just say you don't want to do that. It's very dense housing down here. It's going to have very dense housing. You're either going to be in a high-rise condominium or some type of structure like that, or a condo. If you have your little furry friends, there's a lot of dog parks here as well, because Seattle is big and the people and their dogs, people take care of their dogs like their kids. So there's a lot of dog parks in the area. So if you need to take your dog to a doggy park, you have that option. Again, you're seeing all these green spaces, which are spaces for you to be able to enjoy the area. Go back to the real estate. It's very diverse and dense, meaning you have, again, high-rise luxury condos with views that feature new construction. And these condos are surrounded by old Seattle. It's a nice blend to be able to maybe be in a new condo or a new, luxury townhome or a new building, but then have that kind of old charm around you. And so let's see, going to downtown. What else can I tell you guys about downtown? You've got the pier, you got the Seattle Aquarium, which I really think if you're going to be in the area, check out the Seattle Aquarium. You've got the Great Big Wheel, which I think is really awesome. You need to check that out. It's really cool. Just a really neat experience to be around the pier. So you can walk along the pier here, check out some of the different shops and areas down here. Let me go back here. You got Lumen Field, can't miss that. Go Hawks, go Sounders. Sounders is the professional soccer team, and so that is where all the events are held here. So again, if you're going into that downtown living and you need to go to a game, you could just walk. You got T-Mobile Park, home of the Seattle Mariners, which shooting this video, we just had our first game yesterday. Woo! Let's go. Beautiful structure here. And one thing that's cool about the T-Mobile Park is that the roof retracts like a convertible, y'all. And it's really neat to be able to catch a game on a nice day. Sometimes they have the airplanes fly over from the Navy, which is really neat. Hey, if you're enjoying this channel so far and you're enjoying the content, make sure you comment below. Tell me what you like about the video. I'd love to help you. Make sure you call, text, email me. I'd love to help you with your relocation goals into the city of Seattle. All right, let's get back to the video. Let's go. So we just covered downtown Seattle here. We're going to hop into the University District area. Again, you have this area here, Central District. There's a lot more older homes in this area. Capitol Hill, a lot more older homes, higher density. But we're going to jump over to UW, bleed purple and gold. And there's a lot of University of Washington. Students come from all over the world to attend the UW. It's an epicenter of innovation, technology, startups, entrepreneurship. During my college years, I used to come here and hang out and fellow kids. And also we had a youth ministry in the Kane Hall where we reached out to kids and stuff. And it was a very unique experience. You can catch yourself on the Ave. It's called, people call it the Ave. I'll show you here. Different shops and food. I mean, you could be up late night drinking coffee, drinking pho, having food, having a good time, and very rich just in experience for the kids going there. The campus is open is super late, so for studying, and the nightlife is baked within the city here. Just past UW, I got to point out here, the Washington Arboretum, which is a 200-acre garden, actually gorgeous. It's a park, a must see. I mean, it's absolutely just beautiful. I'll bring it up here. And as you can see here, it has all different type of gardens and it's a beautiful place to look and hang out. UW, actually, it's so beautiful that my wife and we shot our engagement photos on the University of Washington campus and took our photos there. And I'll have to show you another video, but also it was a really neat place. At the time of shooting this video, the cherry blossoms, y'all, are blooming, which is really neat. People come from all over the world to see the cherry blossoms, and it's absolutely gorgeous right here. And so the cherry blossoms, people come from all over the world. And actually this weekend, there's a festival that's happening, celebrating the cherry blossoms. People come from all over and wanting to go to that area. There's a light rail station that you can get to. Also, you can get to by car or bus, but the public transportation is very good for getting in this area. And President of University of Washington Station for the light rail. You just get off, dump off in there, and you don't need to walk anywhere. The visitor to access the neighborhood without a car is really, really neat. But the walkability score is very good. You can get around very easily. There's a lot of student housing fraternity housing, living in here in regards to real estate. A lot of the older homes are converted into student housing here. If you go up past 45th, a lot of student housing in this area. So it's going to be a lot of rentals in that area. So you have condos. If you want to go to a coffee shop, you have coffee shops. Pretty cool atmospheres for students studying. Side note, you'll get some cool designs in your coffee. If you go to a cool coffee shop, baristas will definitely put some cool designs in your coffee. Like I said, coffee is very rich here in Seattle, so you'll have a lot of talented baristas that will put some designs in your phone. So again, this is a large rental market because of the students and faculty seeking housing in this area. If you're looking to buy real estate in the area, they have some homes here, but you can also go in down here in the Laurel Horse area if you're going to be buying a home, or this other north end area here. Okay. Hey, if you're looking for live and move into the Seattle, Washington area, I'm your guy. Tell me if you're liking this video so far. Make sure you comment below. I'd love to help you on your home journey. Let's get back into it, y'all. Seattle's known for great medical research. Seattle Children's Hospital is right here. So you have to have a lot of good healthcare in the city of Seattle. And so that's very important as well. We're gonna jump on up over here to Green Lake. Ballard itself is a beautiful lake surrounded by a park. You can actually bike and rollerblade all around this park, which is really neat. You got the Green Lake Guest House. There's a lot of different amenities around Green Lake. It's cool. It's really neat. You cannot have any motorized boats on the lake, just rowboats, anything without a motor. Kayak, a lot of summer activities. People will be out here, you know, going into the water, swimming, and just a really, really neat lake to hang out on. It's great for outdoor activities, volleyball, basketball tournaments happening, all type of things. There's an infamous bathhouse. There's a bathhouse on the lake, which actually turned into a theater now on the lake. There's also quaint coffee shops, stands, restaurants all along here that you can come and grab yourself a coffee, then go for a walk. There's also, I believe there's still Jack and Jill. It's actually a shoe store. Where I went to, you can go into the shoe store if you need some running shoes. They actually can go in there, grab, try some, and then go around a run and try out the shoes, which I did. I needed some good running shoes, went in there, tried them out. They have a whole fitting process that they put you on to make sure they fit right. And me and my wife, we went on a run around the lake, which is really cool. You have Woodland Park Zoo, which runs right into Green Lake. And actually, the opening of Vincent Seafair, which is a higher training boat race on Lake Washington in August. But to kick things off, they have a derby. They have a little hydroplaning, like a little derby along Green Lake, which is really neat. Green Lake intersects into Woodland Park Zoo, which is it's a zoo. You can come here, see the bears, and hang out here and enjoy the area. Now we're gonna hop on over to Ballard. Ballard is an old historical Scandinavian fishing town known as Ballard. It offers stunning waterfront views. Let's pull out here. Stunning waterfront views here. Access to recreational activities, again, such as kayaking, paddleboarding, fishing. You have the Ballard Locks here, which is a popular attraction that gets boats between the Puget Sound and Lake Union because they're at different elevations. It's freshwater and saltwater. You have saltwater here, you have freshwater here, which is like an 8-foot difference. So the boats, they get lifted up or lower depending on which way they are going. You have also the Ballard Bridge that it raises and lowers. So you got to watch out for the Ballard Bridge. So if you're planning to get over to Ballard or you're planning to get over to here, you got to make sure that you time getting across the bridge because of the boat traffic. If the boats are coming, they have to raise up so that they can get across and don't collide into the low bridge. So plan accordingly. And so especially if you're at Seattle Pacific University. My wife went to Seattle Pacific University. So again, if you're rolling over to Ballard, you need to get there for classes. Make sure that you are planning accordingly. A little bit about Ballard. Ballard's a low, laid-back community, especially for being a part of a major city like Seattle. They also pride themselves just being on close-knit, community-oriented, very close-knit. If you go on, Northwest Market Street, make sure you check out the National Nordic Museum, which is, highlighting the culture of the area. Ballard's known for, I'm gonna point out some of these areas. Golden Gardens. Golden Gardens is a beautiful area. It's right on the Sound. So if you're over in Ballard and you want some beach access, well, you could definitely check out the beach here, which is, very nice. It's a big park right on the Sound. In regards to real estate, you can get to a lot of bigger lots here in Ballard, as you can see. And so it's very close knit. If you keep running up a little bit here, again, you have 99 that intersects and you have Greenwood. And these areas, guys, are very just neat and quaint. Well, there's another Sunset Hill Park, which is beautiful an area. And so kind of what's different about Ballard is a close-knit community. Again, if you're in Green Lake, you're going to be getting these kind of other cool areas here. And so I would love to help you on your home search. I know I kind of touched on a kind of 1,000-foot view here today, but I'd love to help you on your home search and your home journey. Again, in videos to come, we're going to be diving into actually the specifics of each of the neighborhoods. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going over the different, what kind of highlights of the specific cities and the specific areas within the city of Seattle. So I'd love to help you on your home journey. Make sure you comment below. Tell me what you enjoyed about this video. Send me an email, text, call me. I got your back. I'd love to help you on your home journey. Take care. All right, y'all. Bye.